King Vegeta sends Vegeta off to the other side of the universe after deciding to adopt Broly as his heir to the Saiyan race. At the same time, BEERUS dreams of a prophecy about how someone named Vegeta would one day become his successor, so after Vegeta's Saiyan pod ends up in the same place as BEERUS and Whis, they actually decide to keep the Saiyan. BEERUS goes on to nap for a few years while Whis teaches Vegeta the ways of the universe, so this would mean that Whis is actually the one who raises him for the first couple of years of his life. Thanks to him, Vegeta grows up without any conceptions or misconceptions about his Saiyan heritage. He learned how to control the Great Ape transformation moments after his first time transforming into it, and just 2 weeks in the wild were enough for him to figure out the Super Saiyan transformation. At the age of 4 years old, Vegeta's power level is only 20,000, but he can control the Great Ape and he also has Super Saiyan now. BEERUS personally can't believe how pathetic the Saiyans are when they have this kind of potential. Whis would comment that the whole mob mentality curse seems to have hit the Saiyans the hardest though. Yeah, seems about right, BEERUS replies. But this is when Vegeta speaks up and asks, what's a Saiyan? Go ahead, tell him, Whis. There's no point in hiding it anyway, BEERUS says. Hearing this, Whis steps up and faces Vegeta. Alright, well listen Vegeta, you're a Saiyan and your father is the current king of the Saiyans, Whis states. I see. So that's why I don't look like any of the races we've seen in this part of the universe, Vegeta replies. You seem surprisingly calm, Vegeta. Don't you want to know more about your people, BEERUS asks. Sure, why not, Vegeta replies. He was curious, but he doesn't have the kind of curiosity that BEERUS was expecting. Whis was about to continue with his explanation, but this is when BEERUS steps forward and speaks instead. Honestly, Vegeta, I find your people annoying. In fact, I was planning on destroying your planet one way or another. How do you feel about that? He asks. Well, I've never seen any other Saiyans, so I don't know. How is it any different from all the other planets and races you must have already destroyed? Vegeta asks. Whis would giggle and BEERUS actually claps. Well done, kid. It seems like you do have the potential to be a destroyer, BEERUS states. Wait, a destroyer? No thanks, Vegeta replies immediately. BEERUS freaks out for a moment because he was really looking forward to raising Vegeta to be his successor, but then he recomposes himself and simply asks, why not? I understand a destroyer's job because creation and destruction are two sides of the same coin, but personally, I don't want to do that myself. I don't want to destroy things, I just want to have fun, Vegeta replies. You're a Saiyan and you don't want to destroy things? Do you have any idea what kind of stuff your people do on the regular, BEERUS asks? That makes no sense. I don't even know my people. Why would you conflate me with whatever they do? Vegeta responds. That's a good point, BEERUS says. Whis laughs and replies saying, apologies, my lord. I guess I went a little overboard when raising him. Whatever, I'm sure he'll eventually come around. He's still a kid after all, BEERUS says. Are you sure he'll come around? I mean, it took you 10,000 years to change your mind on the durian fruit, Whis says. Yeah, but I did come around, didn't I? BEERUS says. I suppose that's true, Whis responds. The conversation ends and BEERUS approaches Vegeta next. Alright, get ready, kid. It's time for you to get stronger than Frieza, BEERUS says. Now, Vegeta at this point has no idea who Frieza is, but he knows that something within his training is about to change. BEERUS starts throwing punches and kicks with insane precision, but he makes sure to put exactly 0 power behind his moves. Vegeta still gets hurt though. Why, you might ask? Well, it's because even though BEERUS is putting exactly 0 power in his moves, the kinetic energy from the movement of his punches and kicks alone is enough to hurt Vegeta. Focus, kid. You should be strong enough to handle this by now, BEERUS says. He's right. I just have to follow his movements and react accordingly, Vegeta says to himself. It takes some time, but he eventually starts dodging and evading the majority of attacks. This continues on until 2 hours later when Vegeta finally collapses from exhaustion. Whis heals him, but Vegeta remains asleep. Okay, what's his power level now, BEERUS asks. Let's see. His base power level has grown from 20,000 to 100,000. If we're talking about Super Saiyan, then he has gone from 1 million to 5 million, Whis replies. Interesting. Is he stronger than Frieza yet, BEERUS asks. I'm afraid not. Frieza's maximum power level right now is about 120 million after all, Whis replies. I see. Who would you say is the strongest mortal in the universe right now, BEERUS asks. Majin Buu or Moro, depending on the kind of strength we're talking about, but to give you a clear answer, I'd say Majin Buu, Whis replies. Alright, I get the picture. For now, let's have Vegeta fight Frieza, BEERUS says. Interesting. Is there a particular reason why you want Vegeta to fight Frieza, Whis asks? Yeah, now that I've seen Vegeta's growth, I wonder how many other races have been failing to reach their full potential because of third-rate characters like Frieza. I'd say he has to go so that other races can also reach their full potential, BEERUS replies. That's surprisingly astute of you, my lord, Whis says. Whis picks up Vegeta and the three of them return to planet BEERUS. BEERUS then asks Whis to summon Frieza. Frieza appears before them not long after, and BEERUS just glares at him with this new hatred for the guy. What is it, Lord BEERUS? Frieza hesitantly asks. I want you to destroy planet Vegeta for me, BEERUS says. You mean the Saiyans? Frieza asks with this confused look on his face. Oh, don't look at me like that. I already know how much you fear the Super Saiyan transformation. Don't worry, go ahead and destroy planet Vegeta, BEERUS says. Frieza just kneels and says, understood. Now go, BEERUS says, but Frieza just stands there. He was still hella confused. Luckily, Whis explains the situation. I'm afraid my lord wants you to return to your headquarters yourself, Whis says. Are you serious? It'll take me 5 or 6 months. I don't even have a spaceship, Frieza says. That is your problem, BEERUS replies while still glaring at him. Frieza realizes that he has no choice at this point. He transforms into his final form to maximize his speed and then takes off. Alright, so Vegeta has 5 months to surpass Frieza, BEERUS says. Yes, I'll prepare a training room for him right away where he can train all day, Whis replies. This is the point where Vegeta himself wakes up. What's going on, he asks. You have 5 months to train and get stronger, kid. If you can't do that, the Emperor of the Universe is gonna destroy your people, BEERUS says. What are you talking about? You know that's not my problem, right? Vegeta asks. Listen, Vegeta, you don't have to be this indifferent. If you don't do anything, your people will all die before you can learn anything more about them, Whis adds. Alright, I understand, Vegeta replies. He has no idea who the Emperor of the Universe is, but he makes up his mind on training extensively for the next 5 months. Good. I'm looking forward to your performance, BEERUS says, before deciding to just nap away these next 5 months himself. I'll prepare the training room for you here, Whis states, with Vegeta replying, no, let's do it on planet Vampa instead. On planet Vampa, Whis constructs a massive training room with gravity controls and enough space that even Vegeta's friend Ba can train with him. He then changes the terrain a little to make it possible for vegetables and fruits to grow so that Vegeta can take care of his diet. Alright Vegeta, I'll see you in 5 months, Whis says. Yeah, see you then, Whis. I understand strength is important, and I'd say I'm also looking forward to my growth, Vegeta says. Time continues to pass, and 5 months later, Frieza arrives back at his headquarters. He was pissed to the point where he kills anyone who even asks him about his unusual absence. He then tells the Frieza force to prepare to leave for planet Vegeta. As fate would have it, their current headquarters was already located in the same solar system as planet Vegeta, so it would only take them a few hours to get there. Meanwhile, Vegeta is about 4.5 years old now. BEERUS wakes up and they visit planet Vampa. That look on your face says you're ready, kid, BEERUS says to Vegeta. Yeah, I don't know how strong this Emperor is, but I feel like I can take him on no problem, Vegeta says. Check his power level, Whis, BEERUS asks. It's 1 million. That's a fine improvement, Whis says. 1 million? But Super Saiyan is a 50 times multiplier, right? That means that the kid is still only at 50 million at max power. He would lose, BEERUS says. Don't worry, I got this, Vegeta declares with Ba roaring in agreement. BEERUS and Whis are pleased by Vegeta's confidence. At the same time, the Frieza force enters the orbit of planet Vegeta. King Vegeta is alerted and the Saiyan force is dispatched. Bardock is also seen standing amidst the Saiyan force as well. What should we do? It's gonna be an all-out war, a Saiyan asked the king. I can promise you one thing, it won't be a war. Frieza can destroy our planet whenever he wants, King Vegeta replies. Then what should we do, sir? The Saiyan asks. Just wait and see, the king replies. BEERUS, Whis, and Vegeta also arrive moments later. For now, let's see Frieza destroy your planet. Whis will then rewind time to give you an opportunity to fight. You should understand the full density of how easy it is for an entire race to just cease to exist, BEERUS says. Vegeta nods but takes a massive gulp. The three of them watch from the sidelines as Frieza approaches planet Vegeta. Unlike the original story, there was no smile whatsoever present on Frieza's face. He was infuriated. Instead of killing them all in one go, he steps foot on the surface of planet Vegeta and starts killing every Saiyan in sight with a death ray. Bardock steps forward next to try and take him on, but he too gets his chest pierced by a death beam. A Saiyan child nearby sees this, and suddenly the atmosphere changes and lightning strikes. It's not who you think though, it's Broly. In this timeline, Bardock is kind of like an older brother to Broly, and that's why the moment he sees Bardock's chest getting pierced by a death beam, he loses it and that primal power takes over. What happened next was the kind of stuff you see in horror movies. Broly punches straight through Frieza's chest. Frieza, of course, screams in pain as he kicks Broly away. He then unleashes 100% of his true power and dashes straight towards Broly, but Broly's next attack alone was enough to cripple Frieza and the entire Frieza force. King Vegeta was still watching from the top of his castle. He tells a Saiyan doctor to go and treat Bardock, and then he approaches Frieza. Do my eyes deceive me? The mighty Frieza crippled by a Saiyan child, King Vegeta says with a sinister grin on his face. Meanwhile, BEERUS, Whis, and Vegeta are somewhat confused. What's going on here, Whis? Did they always have kids this strong, BEERUS asks? It seems that this child is the legendary Super Saiyan and he has just had a taste of his true power, Whis replies. I want to fight that kid, Vegeta declares, as chapter 2 of What If Vegeta Was Raised by BEERUS comes to an end. And if you guys have been enjoying this story so far, consider leaving a like on the video and subscribing to the channel for even more Dragon Ball, anime, manga, and even comic book content if you guys have been enjoying that as well. But anyways, have a great day, and I'm gonna see you fellas in the next one. Bye guys.